Oh, hey guys, it's time for the video. Yeah, let's go. I've got my special gear on, let's say. Can't forget to put on my lab coat. For this video, I'm not gonna use my fake British/Australian accent. We're just gonna get on with the video. But don't worry, it's still gonna be funny. Alright, so today we're gonna talk about the properties of water. As you can see, I got blue wine just for water. Alright, so one unique property about water is that it's known as adhesion. It's where water molecules stick to the surfaces of objects. Like, you know how when there's dew in the morning and you get water droplets stuck on the grass? Just like that. Alright, so this is a workout video, alright? I gotta get pumped, gotta get pumped. No. Alright, so we're gonna do 5 of these, alright? So think of it like Spider-Man, and obviously I can't stick to the wall. That'd be pretty cool, but no, I can't. Adhesion. Kind of, sort of think of it as Dragon Ball Z Kai. For any of you anime fans out there. So it's like, you know how the fusion, well, water molecules, during cohesion, water molecules stick to each other. They don't become one thing, but they like come together. So with this next exercise, what you want to do is you have 2 hydrogen atoms, because so that makes it positive because there are 2, so think of it as positive. And then this part of you is the oxygen atom. Think of it as negative because there's less hydrogen than there is oxygen. So and no one wanted to do this with me because they thought it'd be pretty stupid, but I mean, science is science. So cohesion. Polarity makes water the universal solvent because it can break down more solutions than other solvents can. How do I say this? So the positive can attract to other negatives, so it's like pulling it apart. And then the hydrogen, which is negative, can pull out the positive, just pulling it out, and then it separates the substance. So like when you pour, I don't know, when you pour in like salt or sugar into water, then it's just gone because, yeah, it's just gone. Another thing to note about water with its hydrogen positive, 1 oxygen negative, is that it's polar. Polarity it's like polarity makes water the universal solvent because it can break down more solutions than other solvents can. How do I say this? So the positive can attract to other negatives, so it's like pulling it apart. And then the hydrogen, which is negative, can pull out the positive, just pulling it out, and then it separates the substance. So like when you pour, I don't know, when you pour in like salt or sugar into water, then it's just gone because, yeah, it's just gone. One more thing to note about cohesion. Cohesion, there's surface tension. So surface tension is when like there's like that thin like layer on the surface of water, like in pools, allowing like organisms that are light enough to stand in the water. If you don't like bugs, fine. Let's think of it like this. Imagine those cartoons like SpongeBob or something. Those episodes when SpongeBob or any other character is diving into the water and then they do a belly flop. Notice how it's like there's that 1 second and then they fall before they fall in. It's like they smack onto that skin-like layer and then boom. Alright, the next thing is capillary capillary action. Capillary action is when it's the ability for water to climb up the size of small tubes, causing defying the laws of gravity. Cause in that little bend or parabola math term, that bend is known as a meniscus. So think of it like this. Alright, so like my shoe is like half of the meniscus. So water is going to climb up and climb up. And this is because of adhesion and cohesion coming together. So adhesion allows water molecules to stick to other surfaces. So it's going to stick to the surface or the side of the tube, and then it's just going to stick there. And then the water closer to the middle, it's going to start sticking to each other due to cohesion. But gravity is going to try and push it down. That's why there is a meniscus in the middle. We're going to have to do the Spider-Man, which is pretty awesome. So it's like you can do and then you could have like Spider-Man turn like this, and then he goes and pulls up the other things. But then gravity, like let's say Dr. Ock or somebody just decides to come down and boom, push him down. So you could do this 5 times. Cohesion, how I did the cohesion. Yeah, this is something I want you to notice. So, what does this look like to you? That's correct. It looks just like Mickey Mouse. See, because you have the one ear here, the other ear here, then you have the face. Yeah, Disney Channel, all that. Alright, that's the molecular shape of it. Or you could think of it as a koala bear. I mean, they also have ears and the head. Let's see. pH, that's another good thing to know. Much like how enzymes are affected by pH. Well, water is neutral. It's neutral. That means it's neither a base nor an acid. Wait, would I say that? Yeah, the way you see it, base or acid. Alright, so that means that water has a pH of 7 on the pH scale. Anything from 7.1 all the way to 14, those are bases. Anything from 6.9 down to 0, those are acids. It can get farther. Alright, so that means that, let's see, how would I? Alright, so the farther to the left, the more acidic it is. The farther to the right, the more basic it is. So for this, you could go like, yeah. And that's it. Alright, another thing to know about its shape is, don't always think of it as Mickey Mouse. You could think of it as a leg, like let's say you're done working out and you're checking out your thighs. And so let's say this part can be hydrogen, then oxygen, then hydrogen. So like, and inorganic. Anything inorganic means that it doesn't have carbon. Water is inorganic because it doesn't have carbon in it. So it's like, so it's not living, Think of it as a frog leg, kind of. Just kind of. So, hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. Yeah. Alright. Water is also special because of density. So, for whatever reason, when water is the only liquid that when it freezes, it is less dense. Anything less dense than water will float above the surface of water. Anything that is denser than water, on the other hand, will sink. So you could have like just swimming, and then now the ice is frozen, and you're frozen in ice, and whatever water's around, you're floating to the top like a caveman, and you're just like, you get the idea. What other examples can we use? Oh yeah, sit-ups for your abdominals. So it's like, here you are, sinking to the bottom, like, because you're more dense than water. You're water itself, so you're just sinking. And then you freeze, your upper body freezes, and you're above water. Yeah. Oh, Asian 699. Just one more, coach. One more. Cohesion. 700. And the best part of these workouts is water. And after all, this is the water workouts. Stick with this plan, and you'll be fitter than who knows what. You'll look like Hercules. Ah, man. Woo! Yup! I just did that. Ooh! Water's good for me, it's good for you, it's good for everyone. It's even good for your horse. Let's go, Bessie! Whoa! Whoa there, Bessie! Whoa! Now let's go! Yeah! You can take your horse and ride it off to the sunset! This is what water does to you, boys and girls! This is what water does to you! You can jump onto the nearest highway and you can ride! I believe in you! You can do it!
So, sir, how do you feel about all those children who got hurt riding their toy horses to the nearest highway?
What can I say? I'm sorry to all those kids. I didn't think they would actually do that, to be honest. I thought that it was just a joke, to get them to drink more water. It's good for their bodies. That's all I thought. It was my honest intention. I didn't mean for those kids to get hurt. I didn't mean for them to actually go on the highway. Hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? And don't forget to subscribe. Woo!